Okay, so in today's explainer, we're going to get into a quiet revolution that is completely reshaping how money works for millions of people. It's this wild, surprising story of how stablecoins, probably the most overlooked part of the whole crypto world, have basically become the new digital dollar. But first, to really get why this is such a big deal, we need to understand the problem. And it's a problem that, for many of us, is kind of hard to wrap our heads around, but for millions of people, it's a daily, crushing reality. Their money is literally disappearing. No, seriously, just take a second and actually picture this. You go to bed, you've got your savings, and when you wake up the next morning, it can only buy half of what it could yesterday.
And here's the thing, the number on your paycheck, it hasn't changed one bit. You're working just as hard, you're earning the exact same amount.
But that same salary now barely covers your groceries or gas or rent because everything has basically doubled in price. This isn't some hypothetical situation, right? This is real life in countries all over the world facing hyperinflation. And it's out of that chaos that this solution started to pop up.
So this crisis led to a pretty unexpected answer. You know, when most people think of crypto, they imagine these insane price swings, people becoming millionaires, or losing it all overnight. But the tool that people are actually using is, well, it's the exact opposite of that.
See, on one side, you've got the rock stars, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're famous, they're speculative, they're super volatile. But on the other side, you've got stablecoins. They're practical, they're kind of underrated, and most importantly, they're stable.
So what the heck is a stablecoin? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It's a type of digital currency that's designed to hold its value because it's pegged or tied to a real-world asset. Most of the time, that's the US dollar. So one digital token is supposed to always equal one US dollar. That's the whole idea. Simple, stable value.
And this is maybe the most crucial thing you need to understand. For the huge majority of people using these in places like Argentina or Nigeria, this has absolutely nothing to do with investing or trying to get rich. This is a lifeline. This is about survival.
So what does this actually look like in the real world? This isn't just a theory, right? We're talking about everyday survival tactics, all powered by a simple app on a smartphone. Okay, get this. Picture a small shop owner in Lagos. He earns in the local currency, right? But the cost of the stuff he needs to import is constantly changing. So what does he do? Every single day, he takes his profits and boom, instantly converts them into USDT, which is a stablecoin pegged to the dollar. Just like that, his savings are protected from all that local volatility. There's this incredible quote from an Argentinian woman, and she says holding her local currency feels like it's melting in her hands. It's like holding an ice cube on a hot day. It just disappears. Stablecoins are the way people are trying to stop that from happening.
So why is this catching on like wildfire? One word: accessibility. It's an escape route. Think about it. There's no mountain of bank paperwork, no waiting in massive lines just to exchange currency, no needing to get permission from a central bank, no middlemen taking a cut. It's just you, your phone, and an app.
But this goes way beyond just one person protecting their savings. Access to stable money is actually creating entirely new economic systems, these little microeconomics that are all happening completely under the radar of traditional finance.
And here is the real twist in this whole story. For the people actually using it every day, the fact that it's crypto or that it's built on a blockchain, they could not care less. Seriously, that's all just technical jargon to them. What they care about is this. Their motivation is incredibly simple and unbelievably powerful. They're not signing up for some new tech ideology. They just want a safe place to keep their money. That's it.
And this one simple need is fueling all these new lifelines. Freelancers working for international companies can now get paid instantly, not in weeks. Traders can pay for imports without worrying about currency swings, and families can send money back home without losing a huge chunk of it to fees.
And let's put a number on that last one. On average, it costs about 12%, to send money across borders the old-fashioned way. With stablecoins, that fee gets slashed, which means way more money actually ends up in the hands of the people who need it. That's a huge difference.
So when you put all of these pieces together, you get to a really powerful conclusion. The real revolution in finance? It might not be what we were all told it would be. I mean, everyone was watching Bitcoin, right? Expecting this volatile, headline-grabbing asset to change the world. But in the day-to-day fight against economic chaos, the real hero turned out to be something much quieter, much simpler, and a whole lot more stable.
And this quote just says it all, perfectly. It's not about the thrill of huge gains, it's about the incredible power of just knowing your money will be worth the same tomorrow as it is today. In a financial storm, a stable anchor is the most revolutionary tool you could possibly have.
Which leaves us with this one last fascinating thought. We always think the future is supposed to be fast and new and exciting, but what if the most important financial innovation of our time isn't exciting at all? What if it's just stable?